And welcome to Hero Power. I'm your host, Avantes, and as always, I'm joined by my co-hosts, Zeroshio.
All right, everybody, calm down. It's not the end of the world. It's just snow.
I don't know what you're talking about. And Virsica.
116 episodes in, and it's still not old to watch Zeroshio shake his head in the intro video.
I know. It's great.
I love it.
I need to update that intro video. We've had some other great.
What?
Well, we've had some other great on-screen moments. I need to I would definitely leave Zeroshio's head shake, but I need to update some of the other stuff. We've had some other great guests. So, but
I'm guessing I need to be more animated. Since I'm obviously the lump on the log here on the show.
So, you were talking about you were talking about snow. And I have something I want to say to all of our northern friends and listeners. You guys just leave us alone about the snow and ice, all right? Because down here, snow and ice is about as rare as you guys up there winning a college national football game. I'm just saying, it's pretty rare.
We can't. So. This is not the year to talk about college national football. Not in Tennessee. No. That's touchy. Here's the thing. It's not the snow. It's the fact that we sent out the salt trucks about 4 hours after there's ice on the roads. What sense does that make?
Look, it's not the snow. It's the fact that there's a 45-degree incline with the snow on it. It's like what they use for sledding up north is our driveway.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
That's true. That's true.
We got to get going, though, because we got emails.
Yeah, we've got emails. We've got a ton of great people already in chat. So let's just jump right into this with our first email from Odin444.
So before we get into this, I want to apologize to Odin444. Occasionally, we will get an email that comes through that for some reason Gmail can't authenticate it, and it sends it right to our spam folder. Just so happened, I had a missing delivery from Amazon today. I happened to be going through my spam folder, saw that it was in there. We sincerely apologize for missing it. This email came in over 2 weeks ago, so apologize. We're just now getting to it. I'm just glad we found it.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. So, all right, Odin writes, "Hey guys. Hope you're all recovering from the New Year partying and getting back to some work. By work, of course, I mean grinding the ladder. Apologies in advance for the length of this message, but it's only my second message to you guys, so I'm just trying to make it count. Just thought I'd get in touch on the back of your last podcast about your favorite moments from 2017. As you've supplied fantastic content for another year, but in particular, I was listening to a video Raina had made about the corridor creeper issue recently. Seems like this is auto-jammed into most decks at the moment, making the ladder feel very stale, along with the pirate package. For those not in the know, the point he made was creeper wasn't the issue. Patches, another auto-include, was the issue, as that one card allows for a really easy creeper discount. Thought it was a really good point that he made. Thought it was a really good point that made me think about a fantastic debate I think Virsica and Zeroshio got into about Quest Rogue pre-nerf. One of the points made was the issue wasn't the quest, the issue was the charge mechanic. That point really resonated, and I definitely think it's the issue with a lot of the current problems limiting creativity on the ladder. As a UK-based free-to-play guy who only climbs with his own homebrew decks, hit rank 5 for the first time last season. Congratulations, by the way.
Congrats.
Really interested to hear you all weigh in on the meta at the minute. Thanks for your great insight. Really enjoyed the discussion and hoping the rotation of patches will really shake up the meta next year. Keep it coming, guys. Happy New Year to you all. So again, sorry we missed your email, Odin. It just kind of fell through the crack. But Virsica, why don't you fire off first?
Well, since the other email is kind of similar in nature, do we want to read it too and then just kind of adjust? Because kind of we can kind of talk about those points at the same time. So that way we're not redoing the same thing.
I mean, I can go ahead and read the other one, and then we can just touch on them both.
Well, so the other one's longer than this one. Do you want to kind of divide it up?
That's fine. How do you want to divide it?
How about Zeroshio start?
Okay. This one is from someone else who's written to us previously, Starbabe. It says, "Hello, Hero Power. I wanted to write this week to talk about the current state of Hearthstone, its future, the emergence of everyone and their mother creating Hearthstone content, and finally, United Hearthstone League. I have to say, hold on, let me move this so I can read it better. There we go. I have a lot to say, but I'll keep it as short as I can. The first section reads, I feel this next expansion will be turning point for Hearthstone. If they don't get it right, I feel like Hearthstone may crash and burn. No one can seem to decide what constitutes a good meta, and it seems like no one is ever happy with the state of the meta. I know one thing, I really don't like this meta with all the aggro. Then you get matched up with Q-Block or Razaka's Priest, then back to aggro. It makes it impossible to fight a deck that is consistently competitive, and that makes me frustrated. I don't care if I'm winning or not, as long as I am close or competitive. In this meta, though, you are either overrun because you didn't have enough early game, removal, or board presence, and you really pretty much have to sell out with the most classes, or you went with early removal only to run up against Summoner or Razakist after 2 hours of aggro, insert name here, with the various aggro decks. It makes it way too much of a grind, and I hate to say it, not fun. I'm having to psych myself up just to log on, and I think that is a bad thing. I love Hearthstone, and I am having to do this. I know others are. And pushing for Legend, forget it. Even if I had the time with school and work, the stress is not worth it right now. Maybe with the next expansion, you would think that after this long, they would have sorted out what creates balance issues and what doesn't. I am worried about the next expansion and feel like a lot of people will just give up and they don't get it right. Am I wrong to be concerned? I feel like Hearthstone needs a real rank system that rewards good play as much as numbers of games played. Do you think ladder will ever change? And this kind of touches base on the previous email that we got from Odin.
So do you want to just go ahead and answer both points there, and then we'll get to the rest of the email?
Yeah, and let me, if you don't mind me chiming in first, because
you go first.
I'm having this issue right now. I'm grinding the ladder, and I get right up to like 6 and 4 stars, and I fell all the way back down to 10 and 0 stars. And I'm learning that in the past, it's because there's been a stale meta. Certain decks come out that are just really powerful, and all you see are those 2, maybe 3 decks. Well, now it's multiple decks across at least 4, sometimes 5 or 6 different classes. And within a class, you might have 2, sometimes 3 different variants of decks, specifically in Priest. So you can't plan on the ladder to, maybe play a few games, see what everybody in your right bracket is playing, and try to counter it. Because everything it's like paper, rock, scissors right now. One thing counters another, and it's hard to get a foothold. Now, the talk about Creeper and patches. I have noticed that Creeper is really powerful in decks that contain patches or a lot of burst minions, like something like an aggro paladin or even Zulok, where if you put it in something like Spiteful Summoner, it's more of a tempo play and is easier to deal with for your opponent, even though it's big threats. They do a big board wipe, throw down a large minion, and then 2 5/5s next to them for free. It's bad, but usually that's a 7 or 8 turn play, and you can deal with it. The problem with Creepers, with patches and other small minions, you can get him out for free as early as like turn 3, sometimes 4 at the latest, and and it's at that point there's no way to deal with it. You don't have the mana.
So I'm going to weigh in here real quick. Yes, I feel like at the time that we talked about Quest Rogue, Charge was a big problem. Honestly, I feel like even though they haven't directly addressed Charge, I feel like it's not as prevalent as it was just a couple of months ago. So I don't know if this is a product of the new meta or whether this is just maybe people are forgetting about Charge, or maybe the Charge minions don't seem as powerful as some of the other minions that have come out in the last two expansions, or maybe we just have a little bit more control over them right now. But for whatever reason, it doesn't seem to have affected the aggressive state of the meta right now. It's really interesting. It's something that I'm kind of looking into. So as I find out more stuff about it, we'll talk about it more on the show. What I would encourage Starbabe, you said you were having a hard time psyching yourself up to get on the ladder and play. So I have 3 suggestions for you. Number 1, find a league, because United Hearthstone League has got me playing Hearthstone even when I don't really want to play Hearthstone, and I usually end up having a good time anyway by the time my practice session's all said and done. So a lot of times it's just getting in there and finding a short-term goal to accomplish. So getting into the league helps with that. Number 2, make a fun deck. Tonight on the show, we're actually playing the deck that I use as a fun deck. So it's something to just kind of relieve the pressure. You're not really worried about advancing or grinding with it. It's just something to kind of bring you back to the core basics of Hearthstone. It's kind of like using a ginger to reset the palate when you're eating sushi. It's sort of the same concept. And then the third thing that I would like to say is it's okay to feel frustrated with the ladder. And sometimes you just got to switch games a little bit. I actually went outside the Blizzard family, downloaded Subnautica. I've been putting some time into Subnautica. It's actually helped my Hearthstone game not being laser focused on Hearthstone. So find a little something else, maybe outside the Blizzard universe, to just sort of veg and just kind of, engross yourself in. And I think you'll find that maybe it's not as bad as you think. Maybe it is. Like I said, I'm still looking into that because I think there's something going on, and I haven't quite put my finger on it. There's been some great discussions on Twitter, and some of the ideas I wrote down, and I'm kind of comparing all the different ideas from all the different Twitter discussions and message board discussions I'm in, and so on and so forth. And it just kind of takes a while to assimilate all that information, dissect it, and bring out the finer points. Also, our friend Novelist just created a new Twitter profile called What the Deck, and he actually started talking about some of that.
And actually, I want to
Stole my shout out.
I know. I wanted to talk about that in the next part of her email.
Okay,
we will. I do want to
Okay,
piggyback on something you said real quick.
Okay.
You can also go over to teamhearthleague.com and join up in that league. It's an open league, and while there may not be team spots right now, you can register and be a sub to sub in on some of the teams if you don't have a lot of time to dedicate every single week. That's another way to kind of casually get into a league to start out with.
Yeah, and okay. Matt at Arms says, looks like Hero Power Rangers could use some subs, so go sign up.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to take over from here and read the last 2 parts. So the second point she makes is, with everyone creating content now, do you feel like it will push the old talent out? Golden Wisp closed up shop, and I feel like some of my other shows are becoming less and less consistent with their content. Also, it makes it really hard for new streamers / content creators to break into it. What do you guys think? Is there still room out there for new people to find a place in Hearthstone entertainment? I'm going to open this up and say yes. The trick is you just have to produce your content and just do it for you. Don't do it for the viewers. Don't do it for any other reason than you want to push out what you want to talk about, and that's it. Let the other stuff fall as it may. Unless you're going to be doing a podcast or something that you think requires some kind of promotion or some kind of like push from social media or something like that, just relax and have fun with it.
Yeah.
If you're having fun with it, people will come. People that you want in your stream will come. I think there's plenty of room out there for content creators and all the video game content out there. And I mean, not just because you're a lady, but I mean, people want to know opinions of young, old, male, female. You have a view, people are hungry to hear about it, and they'll find you. Just get out there and start making content.
And this is the nature of content creation and podcasting. You also want to find something that's a little bit unique to you. We do a play portion on our show. No other show really did that except for a show called the the Hearthstone Power Hour, done by a good friend of mine, Twiz. And about the time we were starting up our podcast, he was shutting his down. So we were able to fill that niche that really wasn't filled by anybody else, and it wasn't done in a podcast format. He just did it as a live stream show, and it went on iTunes as a video stream, but it wasn't like a podcast news type like we do. So we merged it. So this always happens where you're going to have podcasts or content creators fall off and new ones fill their spots, and that could be you. So give it a try.
Yeah, and I want to point, and she said, do you feel like it will push out old talent out? I don't think so. I think as long as you have that desire and want to create content, that passion is there, I don't think you could ever get pushed out. But I agree with what the guy said. I think there is still plenty of room for new people to find a place in Hearthstone content creation. As Virsica mentioned earlier, one of our patrons, Navalis, just started What the Deck HS on Twitter. So go give him a follow. And he's pumping out videos and deck analytics, and he's breaking them down, talking about them, and doing a really, really fine job of it. And so go give him a follow on Twitter at WhatTheDeckHS, and just see what having that passion to create something you love can do for you. So,
all right. We had Navalis cast our UHL match with Virsica.
Yes, last week.
And last week. So he's great talent. Great to watch.
Yeah. All right. So the third point real quick is finally week one of the United Hearthstone League was so good. I'm glad that you guys participated, as are we. And I'm glad to see Virsica come out of hiding. I've never been in hiding. Okay? I've never been in hiding. Let it be shown. I'm not Luke Skywalker. I was not on an island somewhere, okay?
He wanted to be on an island somewhere, but
I will be next week, in fact, but beside the point. His match with R Hat was really good. I would even go as far as to say it was my favorite match of the week. I have to admit that I am #Team Attitude, since Coin Concede is my favorite podcast, but I have a new respect for Virsica. I thought he played really well, and I didn't see any mistakes. If that had been me, I would have been so tilted going into Game 5 that I would have probably conceded on the first time anything went wrong. I love that he brought cards not normally seen or not seen in those classes. Let's count them up. I saw Daring Reporter and Druid. He picked Hammer of Twilight in the Priest match. Would have been my last choice, but he made it work. And then I saw a Carnivorous Cube in his Shaman deck. I would love to know what that was all about. I was a little disappointed that Hat brought aggro, but Hat is a pragmatist. One of the things I like most about him. So I'm really not surprised, I guess. One last thought. Has anyone considered doing interviews with the UHL participants? I would like to know more about them, and it would be interesting to hear their thoughts on their games after they're played. I know it's already a lot of work, but I think it would set the league apart from everyone else. Honestly, I think the whole idea is great, and I think it will show the best that the podcast community has to offer as far as entertainment. Thanks for all your content, and keep up the good work. Okay, so to answer the question that was directed to me in that, yes, I wanted to bring things a little out. Like the decks were 80% meta, I guess, and then it just had some stuff
20%
VTech or
Virsica, crate,
whatever.
mad scientist. Yeah.
So to answer your question about the cube and the shaman, the point was to cube something like a corridor creeper, and then the card you didn't see that kind of made that work was a moat lurker. So I would cube like corridor creeper, and then I would moat lurker the corridor creeper, activating the cube's death rattle. Then kill off the moat lurker, which spits the cube back out, which still has 2 of whatever it had in it, so that when it dies, I get another 2 of what it was. So at one point, I think in one of the games, I ended up having like 6 Flame Wreath Faceless on the boards. It's slow and it's greedy, but it was only a couple of cards in the deck that really was sort of like a tertiary win condition if everything went right. The purpose of the deck was to evolve and win, and obviously it wasn't fast enough. So
I wanted to touch base on the comment about the UHL offering interviews and whatnot. This is kind of the first season, inaugural season. They really haven't fleshed out all of it, what they want to do with it. It's all the brainchild of Ferris Biscuit, and he has lots of great ideas, and he really wants to see this grow, but he's taking it one step at a time. Also, the league is filled with content creators that all have their own shows on top of their busy lives. So it's probably just the UHL alone doing the tournaments real busy. However, if you're interested in possibly reaching out to Ferris Biscuit and these other all the content creators in the UHL and doing those interviews, or maybe writing a blog about it, feel free. Contact Ferris Biscuit. We'll be happy to host a blog if need be, or we can get in touch with him for you if you're interested in doing that, and help him get in touch with you to possibly post that blog up if that's something you're interested in creating.
Hey, there's your entry into content creation you were talking about.
There you go.
Maybe. And one more thing real quick. Since I'm not playing against a coin concede person this week, tell me your hashtag team Virsica.
All right.
Who are you playing this week? We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
We'll mention it.
That's the next part. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, into the news. So basically, if you guys did not catch last Thursday night, we aired the Virsica vs. Ridiculous hat match live on our stream right here at twitch.tv/ECMMOGamers. And that started at 7:30 last week. And we had, as we said, Team Virsica taking on Team Hatitude. And
I'm so ashamed.
No, you shouldn't be. You should not be.
My best class. And he reverse swept me with my best.
Well, and so game 1, Virsica comes out firing with his druid and takes down Hat's warrior. In game 2, Virsica comes out with his priest and takes down Hat's shaman. So now Virsica's up 2-0 and he has shaman left. Now, we all know Shaman is in one of those places right now, kind of like Warrior. It's not great, so you have to try to make it work. So Hat came out with his Warrior, because a Shaman versus Warrior is kind of a coin flip. Who it's really whoever gets the best draw, and Hat got a really good draw in that game and got the win. So then Hat came back with his Rogue in game 4. And Tempo Rogue is just really strong right now, and he got the win over the Shaman. So now we're 2-2, going to game 5, and it's Shaman versus Shaman. They're both playing a version of Evolve Shaman.
No, his was straight
his
aggro.
was okay. Well, his was straight aggro, but yeah. So, in that game 5, it went quite a while, and Hat ended up getting the win to complete the reverse sweep. It was a very dramatic series. It was played really well by both players, and you can watch that if you missed it on our YouTube channel. at youtube.com/ECMMOgamers. And I have to say,
to all those streams on United Hearthstone League.
yes, you
Right.
can also get all of those on the UHL's page.
Yeah.
So, no, go watch it because it was a great match. Virsica played really well. We're really proud of him, and looking forward to his match tomorrow, Thursday night at 7:30.
Against Tier 5's Rod Johnston.
That's right.
Oh, you're getting the rod.
Yeah.
So we're going to be there to cheer him on to make sure he doesn't get ramrodded, and it's going to be good.
And I'll tell you, this week you'll see me a little more Team Virsica. I'll be honest, I was torn. I love you, Virsica, and I'm like 51% behind you, but that 49%. Hat is my Ragnaros League captain. I didn't want to give any tips away because I knew he was going to bring aggro, and I didn't want to leak anything to you. I wanted to be a nice, fair match, and to be honest, that could have been the grand finals of the UHL, and who knows, might be, because that was an amazing battle. I think it was one of the best I've seen. I think most of the UHL matches went to 5 games.
And
but
only
your guys,
one did not.
yours was the only one I think that had a reverse sweep and had as much drama involved in it. It was really, really fun to watch.
Yeah, and I want to throw a shout out to our patrons, Inked and Navalis, who came in and shoutcasted that match for us on our channel. They did a fantastic job. I've gotten a lot of feedback over the course of the week about what a fantastic job they did. So, thank you guys. We greatly appreciate it. Also in UHL news, early this week, Ferris Biscuit introduced a new weekly pick'em game. So every Monday, go to UnitedHearthstoneLeague.com. On the far right tab, there is a weekly pick'em link. You click on that. It's going to take you to a Google Doc where you enter your Twitter handle and your battle tag.
Twiddle handle.
Yeah, say that 5 times fast.
Your twiddle handle. I got on that twiddle the other day.
So, enter your Twitter handle and your battle tag, and then you get to choose the winner of each matchup that week. Those who pick correctly will be entered into a drawing to get free Hearthstone packs every week. So it's a great opportunity to get involved, pick your favorites, and if you pick them right, you have a chance to win some packs. So that's UnitedHearthstoneLeague.com weekly pick'em game. Don't forget to enter your Twiddle handle. So
Bit of that cough that left, that laugh just aggravated it. I thought I was going to suffocate there.
So
Also, to talk about the meta, the meta's been all over the place right now, and I believe the reason the meta's all over the place is because people are playing whatever the streamers and the pro players that are streaming are playing right now, and you're getting things on the ladder. Like I'm seeing weird shaman. I saw a freeze shaman today at rate 5. I've seen some crazy, just off the wall stuff, and the most popular has been Savitz's Weasel Priest.
Yeah.
Well, you might have a little bit of reprieve and some normalcy in the ladder because this weekend is the Hearthstone 2017 HCT World Championships that start tomorrow and go through the 21st in Amsterdam. And what you're going to see from this is a lot of people are going to start pulling the decks from what the pro players in the HCT are playing. So if you pay attention to this and maybe pull up some of those deck lists, you might get an idea what's going to happen on the ladder, because usually the most recent tournament will emulate the ladder, and there just hasn't been a big tournament lately because the 2017 regular season was over. So now that we're going to see an HCT tournament, you will probably see some normalcy on the ladder. Now, you don't want to forget, we put the link in our show notes to go and choose your champion. It is now live. I think you have until, midnight tonight?
Yeah, because it starts.
I think it is midnight.
I think it starts at like 2:30 a.m. our Eastern.
Tomorrow. So if you're watching this on
maybe
a
that's
download,
Pacific. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're watching this on a download, you may be a little too late. But if you're watching this live, we have the link in our show notes. You can go to playhearthstone.com. It should be right on the front page. And the big question we have to ask is, who did Virsica choose?
Okay, wait. Before we get to that, people in chat are asking who we all chose. So
Okay.
I'll start. We'll save Virsica Damas for last. But I picked who I felt was probably one of the most technical players in the entire field, and I went with Hoy. I feel like he just really gets down to it and has a better level of concentration of the game than some of the other people that are participating, and I feel really confident in my pick. We'll see how he does. Zeroshio, who did you pick?
I went with Muzzy, and the reason I went with Muzzy is because while his decks may not always look like they're gonna win the tournaments or anything like that, if he doesn't win, he runner-ups. So that means packs. And Muzzy will, if he's not going to win, he's usually at least going to make it far in the tournament, and that's why I picked him.
All right. So, time, drum roll. Virsica Damas, who is going to win this tournament?
So, anytime there's a meta shakeup or an unstable meta, which even though I feel like this meta is pretty, I don't want to say solved, it's very varied, so I consider it unstable. I like going with someone who isn't really playing the counter or necessarily playing the best decks, but sort of an amalgamation of the two. And Stan Udachi is always really good at the start of a meta. He's also very good in an unstable meta. So that's who I picked for this winter. I actually think I picked him last winter too, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
But I feel like coming out of the break, when the meta isn't solved, you need someone that understands the fundamentals of Hearthstone really well. And I feel like he does that. On my EU account, I actually voted for Hoy because I think Hoy is also very good. He's very good with an aggro lineup, and I feel like this is a very aggro-centric meta. I feel like Priest or Warlock will be the two classes banned the most, and people are just going to let Rogue ride. Rogue is beatable if it doesn't draw well. So I feel like either Lock or Priest will be banned. Most people, I feel like you're going to play one of those two classes better than the other, and Stan is someone that can do that research. But Hoy is as well. Hoy also cut his teeth playing handlock. That was what he was known for before he kind of got in and won his playoffs with a mostly aggro lineup. So I think Hoy is well-rounded, and I think he knows what he's doing. I don't think you can go wrong with either one. And like Zeroshia said, Muzzy practices a lot.
Yes.
I mean, that man is a machine.
And I've had the luxury of talking to him. The man is always Hearthstone.
You're not going to catch him off guard. So if you want a solid choice that's going to, like, you're not shooting for the moon, you want somebody that's going to get you some solid packs, Muzzy is a great, safe choice. I think this meta is a little too aggro for Muzzy, but I think he'll do well in the tournament. I just don't think he's going to win it. He's due, though. Keep your eye on Muzzy. He's due.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, I had the luxury of being able to sit down. A good friend of the show, Language Hacker, introduced me to Muzzy, and we sat down during a long extended break we had with technical difficulties at DreamHack, and Muzzy's just extremely analytical, a great person to talk to, and just is always thinking Hearthstone all the time, all day, every day. And I can't ever count Muzzy out because every time you see him in a tournament, he's always in the semifinals or at least quarterfinals of these big events like DreamHack or whatnot. And it's just he's worth at least putting your packs on.
Law of averages says that he's due.
Yes.
There you go. All right.
I will say this about State Dachi. He is also a powerhouse, and I almost picked him. The man just, for some reason, just knows Hearthstone in a way that nobody else can grasp in the heat of the moment. It's not just about his decks that he brings; it's his plays in the moment. He'll make some really off-the-wall plays, and then 3-4 turns later, you're like, "Wow, that's why he did that."
Yeah,
it's his instincts. He has very good in-game instincts.
So make sure you tune in the 18th through the 21st. So that's tomorrow through Sunday, and let's have a good weekend of Hearthstone. Have some fun. Watch hopefully some excellent matches, and we'll talk about it together next week.
And I saw an awesome match between Osaka and Pavel this morning.
Oh,
in
really?
Tavern Brawl.
Really? Because I saw an awesome match between Firebat and Pavel. And let me tell you,
I saw Firebat winning all
the time. Yeah.
No, I won a lot with Pavel.
I did. I want to. So let's talk about it. This week's Tavern Brawl is Hall of Champions. Basically, which legendary champions deck grace these hallowed halls? Let's find out. You are given a champions winning deck list pre-nerfed from when they won their event. So whether it's the 2014 Firebat World Championship deck or the 2015 Ostkaka World Championship deck or, whatever, you get to play these decks in the Tavern Brawl as they were at the time, and they are so much fun. I'm currently 3-0 in Tavern Brawl. I've won with Patron Warrior. I've won with the Undertaker Control Warlock, and I've won with Cthulhu Warrior. All of these decks are so much fun to play. I've had a blast with it. In fact, I went through and knocked out all of my quests in just a few games. So
now while it is rolled back to pre-nerf, any discover effects or anything like that does pull from the full wild pool. So you can get a chance of getting stuff that wasn't of that time frame. However, if you get anything of that time frame, it's of that level of nerf. So it was a lot of fun. What's really cool about it is your nameplate shows up as that champion, and your opponent's does too. Now, a lot of people like to know who their opponent is, so if they play against them again or whatnot. Now, Tavern Brawl is not so much, but after your match, if you go into the add a friend and it shows last played, it will show you their real battle tag.
It'll also show you their battle tag before their first turn. So like when the match starts, it shows both your battle tags, and when that screen in the middle pops up and says Firebat played this deck in the 2014 World Championship, at that point is when it changes your name tag.
Gotcha. I didn't notice that part, but it's really cool. I do like that they're doing this, and it makes me wonder if there isn't possible. Again, I like to look at these Tavern Brawls at possible things they can put out in the future. Maybe they'll put out, championship decks in the future that maybe you can buy on the Blizzard store or anything like that. Kind of like what Magic the Gathering has done in the past. You're muted.
That would be kind of cool. So, sort of like a gold border kind of deck, like Magic the Gathering did.
Oh, here goes headshake.
No.
Bah humbugs in the chat, subscribers. Bah humbugs in the chat.
I played 5 Tavern Brawls. Each game had a Firebat in it. Every one of those games, Firebat won, regardless of whether I was playing as Firebat or my opponent was playing as Firebat. Firebat won 5 out of 5.
And in chat, Boyd, yes, you beat Firebat. That was the real Firebat. They have contracted him to just sit on the Blizzard servers and play games all day.
All right.
Sorry.
So this week's deck list.
What's the look? Virsica gives me the look. Oh my god.
All right. So this week's deck list is, as we mentioned earlier in the show, a deck Virsica uses when he just wants to kind of blow off some steam and have some fun. It is a recruit warrior. And so I'm going to go through the deck list, and then we'll let Virsica talk about it a little bit. So the deck is 2 Shield Slam, 1 Whirlwind, 2 Execute, 1 Forge of Souls, 2 Slam, 2 Sleep with the Fishes, 2 Shield Block, 2 Blood Razor, 2 Brawl, 2 Gather Your Party, 1 Unidentified Shield, 2 Charged Devilsaur, 1 Grommash Hellscream, 1 Scourge Lord Garrosh, 1 Lich King, 1 Woe Cleaver, 1 Dragon Hatcher, 1 Sleepy Dragon, 1 Deathwing, 1 Deathwing Dragon Lord, and 1 Yasarj Rage Unbound. So, first thing I notice is at the bottom of this list, it says total dust cost 15,280. This thing is beefy, Virsica. Tell us a little bit about it.
It is. Like I said, one of the things that keeps me sane in this current meta is just being able to blow off some steam. And this deck is it's just fun to play. It's not technically I don't want to say it's not competitive, because if this thing draws well, it is hard to beat. But the meta is so fast right now, there's not really a great warrior deck out there. If you draw well enough, you can win with this deck. So it's not like a give up deck. Are you going to beat Tempo Rogue with it? Probably not. Are you going to beat Aggro Murloc Paladin with it? Probably not. But the first time you slam down Gather Your Party and you pull out a Charged Devilsaur and smack him in the face with it, like, you can just see the pause. And they're just like, what just happened? And I love that. Like, to me, like, inside, it makes my heart glad to see that happen. So the deck, of course, is designed to pull out big stuff without paying the mana cost. It's one of the reasons why I didn't really get into the Twitter discussion last night about this meta being all about cheating out stuff for less mana than what you should. So it's like cheating out stats for under spent mana. For me though, the most fun thing in this deck is the Woe Cleaver. Woe Cleaver was the first legendary weapon that I pulled, and I was really just wanting an excuse to use it. So I looked up decks that had Woe Cleaver in it, and Loyan had a Recruit Warrior, and so this is sort of an amalgamation of Loyan's Recruit Warrior and something else I was cooking up on another deck. So it's fun and moderately effective. When I sent you guys the deck list, I didn't know what my win percentage on it was. It turns out I actually have a winning percentage. It's 52.3, but it's still a winning percentage. So it's right there at the 50 mark.
So for this deck, I crafted Woe Cleaver. I opened a pack today and got Temporus, and I thought, what a great legendary to disenchant to make Woe Cleaver, and I did. This is fun. I've gotten 8 games with it today, and I am sitting. Okay, so I went 4-0, and then I went 0-4.
Yeah.
So I'm like right at 50%.
Yeah.
When it wins big. And Woe Cleaver, popping that baby out on 8 and just hitting anything. I don't care if it's a bad trade or not. Getting a big Charged Devilsaur or Deathwing Dragon Lord out is just ridiculous. And when they kill the Deathwing Dragon Lord and the Sleepy Dragon pops out, The one time that happened, I got an auto concede.
My favorite part is when they kill the Deathwing Dragon Lord and Deathwing pops down.
Oh yeah. That's just
It's just
what's
fun.
in the box. Another Deathwing.
Yeah.
It is a lot of fun. I like it. The Forge of Souls, I was kind of questioning on it, but honestly, it allows you to not worry about that Woe Cleaver.
Yeah.
And keep Forge of Souls in your mulligan, and when you get to turn 7, pop in the Forge of Souls, get you usually a guaranteed Woe Cleaver. On one time I drew both of my Blood Razors. That's not common.
Right.
You basically have a 66% chance of, or it's more than that. It's like 69% chance of getting it. So it's a fun deck. So it's a really fun deck. I can't wait to play it.
One of my favorite things is when the Dragon Hatcher hits, and like you can just see the paws on the other side. It's just like he really just
what
playing
the hell
Dragon Hatcher.
is that main deck? What?
It's like, wait a minute, I didn't see any text under that. Did he? What?
So I had a guy. I got Yashar's out. I recruited Yashar's, and Yashar's pulls a Dragon Hatcher, right? And a long pause, and all of a sudden I see an arrow go over Yashar's, then the Dragon Hatcher, then the Yashar's, then the Dragon. They're deciding to kill a 10/10 or a 2/4.
2/4, yeah.
And it ends up being a polymorph on my Dragon Hatcher
Yeah.
instead. And what does Yashar's pull out the next turn? Oh, Deathwing. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, like I said, this is one of those decks that you're going to win some. Don't use it to climb. Use it when you're at a ranked floor and you need a break. Use it when you're just looking to just have a good time in Hearthstone.
Yep.
Fundamentally, you have to, like this deck, you have to have good fundamentals to make it work. So if you want to work on your fundamentals, staying alive, controlling the board, knowing when to play something, when to be patient with something, managing your resources, using your health as a resource, this is a great deck to cut your teeth on that. So,
And the meta right now is not bad with it. You have quick aggro decks that you can usually armor through at the first 5 or 6 turns. And then the other side of the decks are the big tempo decks that, while they start out kind of slow, they put a bunch of stuff on the board, turn 5, 6, and 7. Well, you're going to do the same thing. So it actually, in the meta right now, you have time to play this deck.
A Jade Druid really struggles with this deck. I was looking back. My win percentage with Jade Druid is 92%. Ooh. My win percentage against Jade Druid. So if you're running into a lot of Jade Druid, it's a very expensive Jade Druid counter.
There you go.
Very expensive.
All right, cool.
Pull out the wallet for it.
Yeah. All right. So before we wrap up and go play this deck, do you guys have any last thoughts you would like to pass on, Zeroshio?
I do. First, I want to give a huge shout out to Trixie. He's a streamer that I've been following lately. He just does some great content over there. It's TR1XE. He's also hosted us, and I want to thank Trixie for hosting us. And he's offered to make sure his community melds with ours, those that play Hearthstone. So thank you for that. Second, I've had some questions in the chat about our next tournament. And I believe Avanti's probably going to mention it in our Patreon part, but I'll go ahead and steal his thunder. We have that scheduled for February the 3rd.
That is correct.
Is that right?
Yep.
February the 3rd is our patron tournament for Hero Power. If you're a $5 patron, you're guaranteed entry into it. I believe we have a 32-person limit on it. If we don't reach that 32-person limit, I think about a week before, we'll open it up to all of our patrons to join in to fill up the remaining spots.
Yes. So that's only like 17 days away. So if you have been on the fence and you're thinking about wanting to compete, we do have a cash prize. You just have to go join our Patreon at patreon.com/heropower. $5 gets you an automatic bid into that event. And then, as Roshio said, we'll go from there. So, Virsica.
Yeah, so to piggyback on what Zeroshio said, and I don't know we'll have an official announcement for this yet, but this is something that's been talked about in our Discord all year long, and it's something that we kind of touched on a little bit at the beginning of the show, and that's league play. Our patrons have been wanting a Hero Power Patron League, and I am going to steal your thunder again and happily announce that is going to happen this year.
Yes.
We have changed our tournament structure, and in doing so, we made room for Hero Power Patron League. We're working through the details, but as of right now, it looks like Season 1 will happen sometime in the spring. So Hero Power Patron League Season 1 will be coming at you soon, and details for that and a new channel will be put into our Patreon Discord, and we'll keep you guys abreast of that information as it becomes available.
And to piggyback on that, a lot of piggybacking tonight. Play leapfrog here. We are changing up also slightly our quarterly tournaments. If you are a patron, our tournaments are going to be quarterly. Instead of having 3 and then a championship, we're going to have 4 this year. Now we still are working on different ideas to reward the winners and things like that, and that'll come out in future news. But we are guaranteeing that we will have 4 tournaments for our patrons this year, every quarter, so every 3 months.
Yeah. So just to give you guys a rough estimate, obviously the first one's February 3rd. Then we would be looking at like May, August, and then sometime around November or December. So, but all of that will be hammered out.
The reason why the jump between February 3rd and the end of May is to allow for the Hero Power Patron League to occur in the spring.
That's right.
So to give you a time frame, it's happening, and it's happening sooner rather than later.
That's right. And Novelist in chat says he is already ready to defend his crown. So
that's right.
All right, guys. That's going to do it for us this week. If you are joining us on Twitch or YouTube, please stay tuned for the live play portion of our show. If you are listening via our audio podcast, we'd like to thank you for joining us. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter at HeroPower_cast. You can find all of our past episodes on YouTube at youtube.com/ECMMOGamers or on our website at HeroPowerHS.com. If you enjoy the show and would like to help support it and improve it, or participate in any of the awesome things we've just talked about, including our patron-only Discord, you can do that by joining our Patreon at patreon.com/HeroPower. And we'll see you all again next week.
And don't forget to use your hero power.
Alrighty, gentlemen. Are you ready to rock and roll with this deck?
Almost. You thought you had me, didn't you? You thought I wasn't going to get in there.
No, I'm never doubted you.
I'm multitasking.
I was just sitting here noticing I forgot to change the crawl before the show started.
Oh, yeah.
So much.
We're used to that by now.
We kept that under an hour. I was surprised. That was
look. Mr. Rod Johnston is practicing.
Don't spectate him. That's
as he should.
I wouldn't.
All right, so you all ready?
Yep.
Are you all ready for this?
All right, so Zeroshio's driving, right?
Yes, Zeroshio's driving.
All right, I wanted to make sure.
I will not be driving until the end of United Hearthstone League.
Okay.
Yes, See Me No More. We gave you a shout out in the pre-show. What little pre-show there was. Congrats on your 500 wins. We saw that. I gave you a shout out.
Yeah.
Good job, man.
All right. Getting into Spectate.
Rogue.
So it is
Hooray.
Warrior versus Rogue.
And this is our worst matchup.
Yes, it is. And now, this may seem weird. I always hold Gather Your Party.
Yes.
Okay.
We obviously want to throw Devil Sword back.
I mean, I could see holding Gather Your Party if you had the coin.
You always want to hold together.
You want that on. It's like Spiteful Summoner and Spiteful Priest.
Okay.
You just want it on 6.
Yeah.
Do we keep the Sleep with the Fishes since it has to have an activator?
I don't think so. I think you throw back the
either.
Devil's Heart and Sleep with the Fishes.
I like that. We can open into a Whirlwind. Wouldn't mind Forge of Souls.
Oh, and we got
That's
the
bad.
charge. Yeah,
The
that
Brawl
is not
isn't
good.
bad.
Oh,
Oh, I got the Hatcher. Wow, this is bad draws.
that is a rough hand.
But it's not terrible. We can do worse. I say that, and we probably will do worse.
And I mean, we know what we're going up against. So,
Armor up.
yes.
Don't forget to use your hero power. And Brawl is probably going to be really strong on 5. I like pretty much whatever he's going to have on 5. We're probably going to end up brawling it to try to set up for gather your party.
One of the
clear
things
the room before you start a party.
you really want to do a lot of your removal before Brawl and hold Brawl for the corridor creepers, but in this game, it doesn't look like we're going to get that opportunity.
Do we go ahead and shield block
I
just
think
to try
so.
to draw?
Yeah. I think we armor early and often.
Yeah.
Whatever gets us the most armor.
And Matt at Arms in chat has a good point. He's like, what about a Dead Man's Hand to put those cards back in your deck?
I tried Dead Man's Hand when I was first making this deck, and it's just too slow.
Yeah. It's good when you're behind, but if you're behind, then if you're ahead, then it's really no use to having it.
When it starts to roll, this deck is really it really starts moving, and you usually find yourself firmly in the driver's seat.
So do we need to just slam one of these threats away, or we're planning on brawling next turn so we didn't need to worry about it?
I would go ahead and slam the 2/1.
Slam the 2/1 and hero power?
Yeah, we have so many cards already. And I know it's just 6 cards, but in this deck, 6 cards is a lot to have in your hand. So.
And if we get a good recruit off of Gather Your Party, our hand size is not going to matter.
Right.
Like if we can pull a Yasharj, normally I'd say Dragon Hatcher, but we drew him. There's Keleseth.
And there's the Shadow Set.
Keleseth. Which is fine. We're probably going to brawl, not this turn, but we'll be able to brawl any big threats he brings out. I'd love to see a Blood Razor. No. Wow. What are our options here?
If you brawl here, you're going to get a corridor creeper, maybe 2.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, we're at 29. We're going to gather your party next turn.
how many things have died? Just 1?
Yes.
I would probably armor shield slam Keleseth.
That at worst puts Corridor Creeper down to 5.
Right. Maybe we'll get lucky. He'll play 1 this turn.
And they won't. And if that's the case, they won't even be buffed Corridor Creepers because he would have had to have them in their hand when we killed off the South Sea deckhand.
Right.
And next turn we get to start shenanigans.
The card I'd really like to recruit. There's our second brawl. That's a good thing. The card I'd really like to recruit, I think, is probably Lich King.
So we just recruit here, right?
Yeah. very few circumstances you're not going to
Deathwing.
gather your party on 6.
Deathwing.
That's fine. It's not terrible.
This rogue deck doesn't usually run sap, does it?
No, but it runs Vile Spine. Here it comes.
Yeah.
But this
And
is a
that's
decent
okay.
brawl. This
I was
is
gonna
this
say.
is a decent brawl target. Now that we have both our brawls in our hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brawl hero power pass.
Yeah. Brawl here,
Really
power
need-
pass.
Whirlwind effects.
Yeah.
What survives? Oh. Patches!
Patches.
He's never gonna go away.
Out of all of them, though, that's the one I would want to survive.
Yep, that's the best one. I mean, punishment is Southsea Captain, but it's not that bad of a punish.
No. Scourge Lord here.
Scourge Lord, not Devil Sword into the.
You get Devil
Saucy.
Star. Yeah, Devil Star, it'll work.
'Cause I like that better because Scourge Lord doesn't clear the South Sea.
No, I was kind of saving the Devil Star for a Corridor Creeper.
See if he puts down something else with 4 again. It's that Kellis has made everything just a little too
Yeah.
beefy for Scourge Lord.
What about? Yeah, I was gonna say.
I would recruit first.
Okay, so recruit,
Yeah, I think we recruit and shield block.
sleep. Oh, I was hoping for Sleepy Dragon. Don't really get any benefit there.
Shield
Go ahead
block.
and shield block.
Shield block. And we want to shield block. Normally you shield block first. The reason we shield block last is because we don't want to pull something good from our recruit. Just for our listeners out there.
Yeah.
What's in the box again? Mad at Arbor says. 6 mana 12/12 seems good. Oh no! Oh no!
Really?
No!
Wow.
Oh, what a way to lose. That's
GG.
great.
He gets Groma or Garrosh. No, Gromosh. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of with Odin. I really can't wait for Patches and most of these pirates to leave.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be the death of aggro because there's some tools that have been put in to help aggro stay alive, but it will definitely cull the herd a little bit. And you don't know. Maybe we have something coming in the next set that's going to balance out some more. Blizzard in the past has proven us that they can answer some of these concerns. So
I think they need to. I think Shadow Step either needs to lose its mana reduction. Let me rephrase that. Shadow Step needs to lose its mana reduction.
all right, so we have Lich King, Brawl, and Unidentified Shield. Do we just pitch it all?
Pitch it all. This is Druid.
Yeah,
So
we
unless
got
you're
time.
playing aggro Druid, you're going to have a little bit of time.
We're at rank 5. It could be aggro druid.
Yeah.
And we got to gather your party. Awesome. And a Blood Razor if it is aggro.
Yeah. We got a nice opening hand.
Armor?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do a lot of just hero power past the first few turns. So if you have the quest to use your hero power, so many times, this is a good deck for it. That'll die to Blood Racer. That's good. Hero power?
I think you hear a power. Be patient.
Yep. No. Slam's gonna have lots of targets where we can draw and still clear it. I'm not really worried about it. I'm kind of the coin into Jade Blossoms. I think he's wanting to get to a nourish, but you don't really get to a nourish any faster by coining out the Jade Blossoms. Ooh.
All right, so that's got to die.
Slam execute?
You have to slam execute.
Well, we don't have to. We can hero power shield slam.
Do we want the card draw? Like, what are other slam targets?
Well, the thing is we're going to recruit. We got both of our gather parties, and do we really want to draw into what we recruit?
That's true. That's true. I'm okay with hero power slam.
I mean, because we can execute any size minion.
Right. We got Blood Razor in hand, so.
Yeah, and with Shield Slam, we're limited to how much armor we have. And while this has some armor generation, it's not designed to be that infinite armor generation. Ooh, that was the worst pull he could get.
Yeah.
Because he runs Fandral, 1 Spellbreaker, and 2 of the taunts. So we can clear the board with Blood Razor.
I think we clear the board with Blood Razor.
Set up for a gather your party next turn?
Yeah. Because we don't want the Spellbreaker hiding behind a Jade Behemoth.
Yeah. So what do we want to recruit? Dragon Hatcher?
Dragon Hatcher or Yasarj is your best recruits against Druid.
Yeah.
The Charged Delisar won't be bad against that.
No, it won't.
But we Druid.
He shuffled early. He must not have anything to do, or he's planning to get a UI out right on 10.
Or he has the other one in his hand.
Gather your party?
Yeah.
Or the other Jade Idol? No, he'd already played it. No, he didn't play Jade Idol.
He did.
Right.
It was Jade Blossom.
It was Jade Blossoms, that's right. Sleepy Dragon, that's good.
Oh, nice.
That's a good one. We're probably going to gather your party again next turn.
Yep.
And having these Charged Devilsaurs in our hand aren't terrible because we can use them to deal with big taunts.
Now, unless he's running Naturalize, he'll struggle to clear this.
There's been a lot of times that I have recruited Charged Devilsaur, but I've traded with him, and I'm like, why? That's really not that bad because I would normally you can only trade with him anyways. So we could slam the 3/6 and clear it with the Sleepy Dragon, but then we won't be able to recruit.
With the brawl in hand, I don't know that we want to recruit right now. I'd almost rather see him try to go wide.
Okay, so do we want to slam that and clear it?
Yeah, let's slam.
Slam first.
Clear with Sleepy Dragon.
See what we draw. Dragon Hatcher, that's kind of nasty, but clear it. Sleepy
Clear
Dragon.
with Sleepy Dragon, and then
Do we just hero power and pass?
yeah, I think we hero power and pass. Force him to clear the Sleepy Dragon.
I was gonna say the only other thing the only other play I saw was killing the 2/2, popping the weapon, and then executing. But
we're setting up for brawl,
right?
So
you want to go wide, so
yeah, we want to bait him to go wide, and that taunt's gonna help us do that.
Yeah.
There's the Spellstone. I was gonna say there's the swipe.
Spellstone's been going in place of Swipe. Swipe's been taken out of the list quite a bit.
Yeah.
This is nice and wide. Do we want to give him one more turn and clear that with Charged Devilsaur?
I do. I want him to feel like he's got to clear that Devilsaur.
So Devilsaur to the 3/6?
Yeah.
Yep.
Make him think we have more than one option.
Matt at Arms in chat says he'll be happy when Jade goes away.
And then we pass, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Blizzard Team 5 have done a good job setting the groundwork for other Druid options. I don't think it's fully fleshed out yet, and the next set's going to decide if Druid stays alive or not.
That's what we had hoped for.
Yep. So now we brawl
Now we brawl.
and hope either the 3/3 or the 2/2 live.
Yep.
There's Woe Cleaver. Good. Okay. How much do you have on the
something
board?
different.
He has 13 on the board. I'm just another option. If we Dragon Hatcher, we're guaranteed to get one of our 2 Deathwings.
That could scare him into just using them to clear.
That's what I was thinking.
I'm okay with that.
Because he still has some small minions that will be, at least one that'll be killed by the Dragon Hatcher.
Uh-huh.
And his board is not threatening lethal yet.
Oh.
Nice.
We don't have a dragon in our hand, though.
We don't, but he doesn't know.
He
that.
doesn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And Druid doesn't run any kind of polymorph, and he already pulled his silence.
Here's that was the moment I was talking about. When Dragon Hatcher comes down
Pause.
and pulls, and there's just crickets on the other side.
You'll see like one card highlighted to go away. Oh, this actually plays into Brawl some more.
Yep.
So let's see what he uses to clear. Probably the 5/5 and the 2/2.
Yep. And then he'll probably send the other 2 into Dragon Hatcher just because he's scared of it.
So now that he doesn't see a dragon come out, he assumes it's probably in our deck. Oh,
Right.
throw the other one out. Yes.
There's the clear.
Yep. So do we brawl now?
Yes.
What's our follow-up to brawl? Just hero power?
It depends.
Depends on what lives.
Yeah, depends on what lives. Ideally, we want the 3/1 to live, and then we'll just attack him.
Yeah.
Set up for Woe Cleaver next turn.
Oh. It's not terrible. Hero power? Do we execute that?
You know what? I don't hate that. Both
hero power
behemoths,
Attack
Face,
face. Attack
both
face.
behemoths
Execute.
are gone. So
Yeah. That's what my thought was. The only thing he has is he has one more Ironwood Golem, but I'm not really worried about it.
So now it's just Jades from here. So we need to get
Yeah.
the Woe Cleaver out next turn.
Yes.
And then we recruit the turn after that. We have a 5 damage, 5 armor in the serrated shield.
We only have 4 minions left in our deck.
Yeah,
So we need to get our recruits out as quickly as possible now.
right. Which we have 4 recruit mechanics left. 3 from the Woe Cleaver, 1 from
Yes.
Together Your
So we need to draw.
Party.
We need to pull deal or no deal and draw low.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow.
That's problemsome.
Yeah.
Is this provoking us to Garrosh?
So no.
I'll say I don't hate that because you could clear the board with Garrosh and Slam.
You could clear the
The board just Garrosh and his hero power. Or not no, you can't.
No, you can't because
You off.
the golem would be
Yeah.
a 6/2 after the attack.
Yeah. What do you think, Virsica?
What do you think about serrated shield against the 6/6 and then a whirlwind?
That, I mean, you're still gonna leave the spiders alive, but
Or Just Scourge Lord. Yeah. Scourge Lord
Lord?
and slam the 6/6.
Slam the 6/6.
Yeah.
And then hit the middle.
Yep.
That was a good play on him to pick the poisonous.
Yeah.
I probably should have slammed last so we didn't risk drawing into our minions, but
I'm not super concerned about that now because we're, even if we whiff on the last Woe Cleaver, that's going to be, it's going to be Deathwing, Lich King, and Yasarj. So Yasarj is going to push through. Yasarj is going to push through our recruits anyway, unless he's drawn last.
Yeah.
so his Spreading Plague is dead in his hand right now. He is drawing heavy. He's trying to draw into his Jade Idols.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his win condition now. So do we Woe Cleaver here, or do we gather your party? Or do we Hero Power, execute, gather your party?
Hero Power, execute, gather your party.
And then we can go face with that since we need to get rid of the charges anyways,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll go face with the 4.
Yes, Lich King. This might give us some more tools if we can't remove it.
So we got Death and Decay. Deal 3 damage to all enemies.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one. Because that, with Hero Power and Whirlwind, will clear Spreading Plague. Not that I think he'll play it.
Swipe.
Swipe. Double swipe?
Double swipe? No, swipe second.
Swipe, Jasper.
Yeah, there's Spellstone.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a lot of removal.
Yep. Do we just Woe Cleaver?
No. What about
Charged. I like Charged Devilsaur.
Yeah, I was thinking Charge Devilsaur here.
And then
Charged Devilsaur, go face. We'll leave 2 on the board, but that'll be okay. We'll leave
Charge
2 mana on the board.
Devilsaur, go face? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if we wanted to fit in Forge of Souls just to draw the last Blood Razor or not.
No, because we only have 9 cards left.
We don't want to thin our deck. Yeah.
Right. We're already going to thin it anyway.
Yeah,
So,
I agree. Just throwing out options.
Yep.
Okay, Serrated Shield deals with that.
Yep.
Or do we Woe Cleaver? Trying to see if there's any shenanigans we can pull.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Flame.
Play Charge?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's going to draw us the
Deathwing.
Deathwing.
Yeah, it's the last minion in our deck.
He doesn't know that, though.
And he doesn't know that. It gives him the fear because he hasn't seen Grommash yet.
Yeah.
And we have the Grommash Hero Power or Grommash Whirlwind.
Yeah, we've got a
for
combo.
Big Burst.
Yeah.
But he's at 48. Man, Druid, too. It's
Yeah,
the new
but think
armor
about
class.
that. We're going to hit him for 32 in 1 turn if he doesn't deal with this.
I'm sure he deals with. How does he swipe? He's got 1 swipe left.
So there's 5,
Oh, he feels he has to get rid of that charge.
Yeah.
which is good for us.
Yeah.
Spreading Plague. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, because we got Hero Power, Death and Decay, Whirlwind. He shuffle? I guess he had to. That was the last one, wasn't it?
Okay, so hold on a second. Before we
Okay.
do that, Serrated Shield, one of them.
One of them?
Yeah.
We don't want to Serrated Shield the 8/8?
No.
So ready to shield one of them?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah, because we want him to trade the 8/8.
Yeah, I
Okay.
get where you're going.
I
And
don't,
then-
so explain it to me.
Okay, so then go ahead and hit the 1/5 with the 10/5,
Go face with.
Okay.
and then hit him for 12. Hit him face for 12.
Okay. Is that
Shield
it?
block. Or do
And
we
then go
not
ahead
want to draw?
We don't want to draw with only 6 cards left. Actually, he doesn't know that. Go ahead and shield block.
Shield slam? Oh, if we drawn into shield slam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and
If we
enter.
drawn into shield slam, that would have been great.
Now he knows we don't have any more minions.
Yeah.
He's still got a 10/4 he's got to deal with, though.
Does have one swipe left, but it doesn't deal with both minions.
It does if. No.
Not both.
Well, I would say if he attacked.
He's out of minions.
If he went face into the 10-3, he could have, but.
Yeah. I mean, he can. Ooh.
Now he just starts pumping them out.
Yeah, that means he has a nourish in his hand, which I don't think he's played a single nourish. Garmosh, hero power, go face.
And just try to race him.
Gamash, hero power, go face. Yep.
That's 22 to his 17.
Mm-hmm.
And this sets up for double sleep with the fishes next turn if we draw it.
Yeah.
So see, he's
has-
at 20.
He has
to
to
deal with it.
remove one of these.
Yep.
Yeah. Because he's set to lethal.
And I don't think he's got any more removal.
Don't
Branching
think
paths
so.
for armor.
Double armor. Oh.
It's 19.
So he's going to trade both of these minions.
Yep.
Our only threat is Woe Cleaver.
And Blood Razor. I don't think we can
Yeah,
win
Blood
now.
Yeah.
No, we can't because he's going to armor past our per turn damage. Do a polite concede.
Yeah, in the interest of time.
Yeah, in the interest of time. Only because this could go on another 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
Do we want to get one more in?
Let's do one more, and then if we get into it and it looks like it's going to be too hard, we can always concede it.
Okay.
The advantages of being at the ranked floor.
Yep. Which I do not mind. That was the whole reason I pushed for 5 today, because I knew we would probably go no wins today. But, this deck can win, and it's fun.
So, we were talking about the Tavern Brawl earlier. Did you guys happen to see Amnesiac's tweet earlier? He cues in.
God.
He cues into Tavern Brawl and draws Pavel's mage deck that beat him at the 2016 championship, and the box pops up and says Pavel's mage had multiple close calls in the 2016 championship with this deck. How about you? ? And Amnesiac just tweets a picture of that and says, "Me too, Blizzard. Me too."
What do we do here, Virsica?
I think you. Excuse me. I think you throw back everything but gather your party. Have we gone first every game?
Yeah.
We have. Gosh.
Yep. Almost
That's
slammed.
so tough in an aggro meta to go first all the time. That last one was Jade, but it's like
So this could be spell.
it could be. We'll know when we don't give him a
We're
target.
at the ranked floor, and it is like Clown Fiesta here. No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's like Clown Fiesta. Virsica loves a good Clown Fiesta.
Good
Shield block or
God.
slam?
Shield block.
So I was thinking too. Oh,
Hey, all right.
Just got to get there. We got the brawl and 2 gather your parties, so we're set 5, 6, 7. No minions to compliment. So he's running secrets because he held his charge.
Right.
Hero power pass.
Do we slam that?
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, I think slam and hero power.
'Cause it could be a lot more damage if we're not careful.
Yeah. How's that flanking strike feeling, buddy?
Yikes.
What was that about? What was that about?
Maybe
It was like
he looked down and went, "Oh, it's 8:58. Mom's gonna be in here and tell me it's bedtime in 2 minutes. I gotta get off."
maybe his bathroom trip was a false alarm.
I think
Just a false alarm. It was just a fart.
I think he realized early on he was playing against Control Warrior, and he's just like,
I'm gonna be here
noise.
all night.
Yeah.
I can get 6 more games at a time it'll take to play this one.
That's exactly
How
it.
long can this go on?
So to your point, Layla, that is someone who is bought into the system.
Yep.
All
It-
right.
it is all about the grind and quantity over quality. If you're at least pulling a 52% win rate, you will eventually get the legend. As long as you can, you go to school, you go to school and come home and have no responsibilities. Pretty much.
You too
Nice.
can be legend.
Zeroshia is throwing the shade.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little shade thrown. It's, I think myself and a lot of our patrons and a lot of people in the community are quality enough players to kind of break in to Tavern Heroes and small tournaments and dream hacks and things like that. Yet on the ladder, where your skill is tested and it gauges how good of a player you are, in quotes, if you don't have enough time to play, you're not ranked up in that echelon.
Yep.
Oh.
That's right. All right,
Well,
guys.
Yep.
Anything else you want to
Oh.
add before we call it a night?
Yes, so I will not be here next week.
That's right. We will have a special guest filling in for Virsica next week. And
And so
Probably
special.
not.
I already forgot who it was.
Well, it's going to be the guy that either beat me or that I beat.
tomorrow
Tomorrow
night, Mr. Rod
Oh.
Johnston.
Mr. Rod Johnson from Tier 5 will be guesting in my
We
spot.
will be able to get his point of view on the match he plays with Virsica
Nice.
tomorrow
So
night.
we're all gonna get the rod next Wednesday.
That's right. So, all right.
If you haven't gotten a chance to really talk or be around Rod, he is an infectiously fun personality. And Matt at Arms says, "Get your explicit tag ready." Now he went on Hearth Coach and
Yes,
he managed to make it an hour and a half without swearing.
He has proven. He has proven he's been on more shows than Hearth Coach and has pulled the explicit out of his repertoire.
Yeah.
And Rod has been in the community for a long time, under various different monikers. The explicit thing is just something he does for his show, and that's perfectly fine.
Yep.
Yeah. So I want to encourage you guys to tune in next week. He's a great guy. I've had a lot of fun getting to know him better over United Hearthstone League, and I think you guys will enjoy having him on the show.
All right. So, Rocio, any last minute thing you want to add?
No, I just want to just thank all of our patrons and all of our supporters, all of our people that write in, people that watch us, download on iTunes, watch us on YouTube. Thank you for supporting the show. We've been around for over 2 years now. We are on 116 now. And other shows are falling the wayside, and we're able to keep going strong because of your support, and thank you.
That's right. All right, guys. If you have any questions or comments about the show, please email us at heropowerpodcast@gmail.com. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button below on YouTube if you haven't done so already, or give us a follow on Twitch to be alerted when we go live. And if you want more information about the Hero Power Patron League or the Hero Power Patron Invitational tournaments that are coming up, check out patreon.com/HeroPower. And go #Team Virsica. Till next week, good gaming.
I thought you were already gone. I was just like, wait, what? That's how we're into the show? What?